Hi everybody. I wanted to give you a little preface for the on-site video that you're going to see after we talk here. And this is basically talking about what happened with my easement on the property. And so the background is something like this. So since last May, and that's 8 months now because it's December, I've been driving on what you're seeing here on the screen on the green line. As you can see, that's an easement that passes over two other parcels that separate me from the nearest public road. My property is up there in the top left-hand corner, track B. So you can see I've got a pretty long run on that green line, working from the right side, which is east, to the west. And I kind of jog around that little dog leg there. There's a pond, and the easement stipulates that I should be staying on that green line. Well, this whole last 8 months I've been driving the green line up until that point it diverges on that red line, and the reason for that is it wasn't clearly apparent to me where that angle started, and there was already an established drive in there that led back into my property that the loggers had used, and so I just assumed that was my easement. Come to find out, after I laid 20 tons of gravel and $350 worth of Geotex fabric, that was not my easement, that last leg there. But I only found that out after my neighbor came out and informed me of that fact after I dropped all of that gravel. So that's what you're seeing in the video here, is after I had to scrape all of that up and move it off of his property and down onto my easement. So this is all to go to say it was my fault, and I'm not denying that. It's clearly stipulated in the survey that we looked at there. But you can't assume anything when you bought a piece of property. I'd say the first thing, and this is something that I wasn't aware of, and like I said, I just was assuming, you should take your survey, if you've got one, and go find every one of those survey stakes so that you know exactly where your property is. Because just because there is an apparent fence line or a road that seems to be jiving with what you're looking at on your survey, that under no circumstance means that that's actually the case. So I found out the hard way, but as my father-in-law said, who was out there helping me that day to drop all that gravel, you know, I was only out a day's, or actually an afternoon's work. And thankfully, and I am grateful, you know, my neighbor caught me before I put any more down. But boy, I tell you what, that was a disappointing moment to find out that you just dropped 20 tons of gravel in the wrong place. So this is what was here. All of the gravel is up. All of the fabric has been gathered. Tomorrow I will bring a garden rake and pull out as much of the stone as I can. But once I do that, then I am under the belief that my easement takes off about where the Jeep is and shoots across here down to that sycamore tree at the creek. So there you go, and there's my helper.